Really, I want to thank both of you for being here, honestly, because I just really appreciate that you're willing to be on camera and do this class with me. So, we're going to talk about perfect tenses, right? And include some information that I know each of you have been working on individually, phrasal verbs, and specifically for the context of job interviews and looking for a job. At any time, you can interrupt me with questions, and it's perfectly okay to make a mistake. That's the whole point of being here, is to make a mistake here where it's a safe place and we can correct it instead of when you're in the job interview or on the job. Yeah.
Okay.
So, first of all, can you say hello? What's your name? Where are you from? What's your native language?
Okay. Hi, I'm Maria. I'm from Spain. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like,
That's good.
my
That's good.
first language is Spanish. Sorry.
Hmm. And how many languages do you speak? Five?
Yes. Yes, five. Well, none. I try to speak five.
Okay, well, that's true for all of us, actually. It's your turn, Domenico.
Yeah, hello, I'm Domenico. I'm Italian, and I'm trying to speak three languages: Italian, English, and a little bit French.
Very good. A little bit of French. Perfect. Very good. So you use, I think, in Italian more than other languages that I've heard, the perfect tense. So this will be interesting. So let's start here. What are they? That we have the past, present, and future, and then a continuous. So there's a past continuous, a present continuous, future continuous, but really it's the same construction. So I consider it just a fourth one, a continuous version, because it's very simple to construct that one. You have to have plus a past participle, which is a big word and sounds really scary. So I tend to call it just verb three. That sounds
Yeah.
less scary for most students than the past participle because it sounds so official. So an example of the present perfect would be I have been to Spain. Past, I had been to Spain before. Future, I will have been to Spain 3 times. And one of the continuous tenses, I have been going to Spain. So this is the present continuous, present perfect continuous. And we can see that because have is in the present tense. Yeah, and then going is in the continuous tense. So for example, we'll get into this a little bit more, but just to explain this one, because I saw what is that face? I have been going to Spain is when you are describing something that you have been doing regularly, consistently. Maybe I have been going to Spain every year for 10 years. So
Okay.
over the course of 10 years, each year I went to Spain. But I want to connect the past and each time in the past to the present and connect all of them together. So why do we use them? A lot of languages don't use them at all and find it very, very confusing. But we use it to connect two or more different time periods. So we're connecting the past to either the present or the future. Sometimes we use it to connect the past to each other, which is where we use it to, let me move this, there we go, to clarify the order of events in the past. So we're connecting two different points in the past and making sure that in the construction of the sentence, we understand which one came first. And also to ask questions about past experiences. Really, what we're doing is storytelling and connecting information. So we're giving a lot of extra information, or we're creating possibilities and an opportunity to ask more questions in the way that we construct the sentence. So we often use it in a way that invites the other person unofficially or kind of indirectly to ask questions. Yeah. So to have means that you own or you possess something. So if you think about the little hand here, if you think about something that you have, I have a pencil. That's mine. I have it. Your experiences are also things that you have. They're just memories and thoughts and your opinions and emotions. They're things that you have. So when we add to have, then we explain the experience. We're saying, this is an experience I have. Look, isn't it cool? Yeah. And that can help to create that mental image. So you'll see this throughout we won't go through all the slides today because that's too much and it's a little bit overwhelming, but you'll see it on the slides. It's kind of like we start time traveling, moving from the past to the present or back again. And the past, this is an important point, and you'll see it in an illustration in just a minute. The past is relative. It's not definitive, it's relative, not to when I'm speaking, but to the time I am speaking about. So it's like the past moves. And that sounds big and scary at the moment. But if we look at this, purple is the present, red is the near future, and that could be 5 minutes from now, 5 days from now, 5 weeks. Depends on my personal opinion and perspective. The green is the future, far future, 5 years, 5 decades, 500 years. And the same in the other direction. This color, do you know what this color is called in English? Pop quiz, sorry. It depends on your perspective. Some call it teal or turquoise. It's like a lighter version of this color up here. So this is definitely called teal. And this is, depending on the person, either teal or turquoise. What would you call it? Blue, green?
Blue.
Blue. Oh, interesting. Okay, a color of
No,
blue.
just because I don't know how to say it. Like,
yeah, in English. That's fine.
yeah.
So that's okay. So we'll call it blue, okay, to make it easy. Some people see more green and some people see more blue. So we'll call it blue just to make it easy. Okay. And then we have orange. So this blue or turquoise color is just a little bit ago, 5 minutes ago, 5 hours ago, 5 days ago. And this orange is a long time ago. Depending on what we're talking about, if we're talking about my life experience, I might say that the orange is from the moment I was born. Orange could be from the beginning of the world. It depends on the situation. So for example, in this first one, I have been to Spain. I'm thinking from the time I was born until now. And I'm covering this entire time span. If I am talking with someone about a specific time in my life, right? Or a specific time, maybe as an adult, for example, I might say, oh, I've been to Spain as an adult. So this would be whenever I became an adult. So this is what I mean by it's relative. The past is relative. These dots are always moving, these 4 on the ends, but this one is always anchored in the present moment. Does it make sense so far?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Yes.
So why might I say or ask, have you seen this movie before? Why would I not ask, did you see this movie before? How are they different? Any ideas? If you don't know, that's okay.
Did you see, you have a precise time? Have you seen, you see it in the past, but you don't remember when, or you don't remember a particular moment?
That could
It's that
be.
specific
Yes.
that
Yes, very good. So, did you see is much more specific. Now, what it's being specific about, I don't know. I need context to answer that. It could be, like Domenico said, specific about, do I remember? It could be specific about something else. For example, I would be more likely to ask, did you see? If I know 100% or am reasonably sure, I know maybe 90 to 100% that you had the opportunity to know that the movie existed, that it was available to be seen. If I am the one who says this is my movie and I tell everyone when it's available and I've not told anyone, I don't know. I know for sure that you haven't heard of it because I didn't tell you. So, of course, I wouldn't be asking this question in the first place. But if I did know that I told you maybe 3 years ago that I was making a movie, I released it, you knew about it, I might say, did you see the movie? Because I know I
yes,
told you. Mm-hmm. But if I don't know, or I'm just curious, I would ask you, have you seen this movie? I might assume that, okay, maybe they've heard of it, maybe not. I'm not sure. So that's one other way to be specific. But there are lots of ways that you could be specific to make this question more appropriate. So if we think about the context of a job interview, I might ask you, have you worked very much in customer service? What's the difference between have you worked in customer service and did you work in customer service?
um, have you worked? It means that it's not sure. Did you work? It means that you already know that someone worked in this specific customer service.
You're close. You're very close. So here, I know this person has worked, but
Yeah.
I don't know if customer service is the type of job.
I don't understand that.
That's okay. So if I know that you have worked, and this is flexible, okay, so it might change, but this is the most likely interpretation. So
Okay.
if I say, I know that you've had a job before, and I want to know what was included in your job. I don't know if your job meant that you only worked by yourself or with a team and you never spoke with customers, or if you worked in customer service in that job. So I would ask, or I might ask, did you work in customer service? Did
Okay.
your job include customer service? Probably I'm thinking of a specific job. I'm thinking of your work history. I'm thinking about something specific
Okay.
Yeah.
as far as work. But customer service is what I don't know. It's the missing piece of the puzzle. Whereas, have you worked in customer service? I am not thinking about a specific job. if we're in a job interview, I probably have your CV and I already know that you've been working, but I'm not thinking about any specific job necessarily. I want to know all of your work history, including what is not on your CV. And that could include volunteer experience or a job you had when you were a teenager, but you didn't put it on your CV because it doesn't matter because you're 50 years old now. And who cares what you did when you were 15? Because working at McDonald's when you were 15 is not relevant now. Yeah. So have you ever, we might add to add emphasis, we might add here ever. Have you ever worked in customer service? And what I'm asking is look back at your entire work experience. We're having the interview here right now. So can you pull out of your pocket all of your work experience and look through them? Oh, right here, I worked in customer service.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Do you have a question?
Mm.
Yeah.
You have like, I have a question face on. So that's why I'm asking.
No, no, no.
No? Okay, perfect. How about this one? So now we're making it negative and we're adding yet. What does yet mean?
I know it in Spanish.
You will do it.
This is
Is a
it's
is an intention.
it's it can include an intention, but yet actually goes the other direction. So I'm
But
standing here and looking back and saying, it might happen in the future. I might have the intention that it will happen in the future, but it has not happened in the past from the point where I'm standing now. So
yeah,
she hasn't eaten yet. In a job interview setting or just in a professional setting in general, let's say your boss comes to you and says, listen, I gave you this project. I needed you to complete this report. Is it done? What could you say? Did you finish this
I
report?
I could say, did you finish?
Mm-hmm. Is it done? Did you finish this report? I expected
Yes,
you
I
that
did
you
it.
would. You could say that. Yes,
Or
I
like
did.
I haven't finished yet. Finished it.
Yeah, exactly. So you can say finished it. I'm going to put this in parentheses or just finished yet. In the context of the conversation, it isn't strictly necessary because we know what we're talking about. You can be specific or not. Actually, if you say I haven't finished it yet, is even more specific depending on how you say it. I haven't finished yet gives the idea, whether it's true or not is another story, the idea that you are actively working on it.
Okay.
That's a cultural thing. It's not a language thing. So, yes, I did. You finished the report. Congratulations. Good job. Domenico gets a promotion. So, no, I haven't finished it yet. Now, what's a reason maybe you didn't finish the presentation or the report? Maybe you need information from someone else and you're still waiting, right? So you could say, there we go. Let's say Bob hasn't sent me his numbers yet. I don't know what the numbers are, but so Bob hasn't sent me his numbers yet. This is probably what we would say if we're expecting Bob to send information, maybe a finance report or his end of the month calculations, whatever, we would know in the context of our own jobs what numbers mean, what that means. So Bob hasn't sent me his numbers yet. I'm expecting him to do it. He'd better do it, or else I don't get a promotion too. Okay. Questions?
No.
No? This one is a little bit tricky because this is a negative question.
Oh, I hate that.
So do a lot of people. If I am on my way to a business meeting and I see a colleague who is supposed to join the meeting, she's about ready to go on her lunch break. And I say, aren't you coming to the meeting? The boss said we have a meeting. Hasn't he told you? This is mandatory. We have to go to this meeting.
Yeah.
So I could say, didn't he tell you? Or hasn't he told you?
What's
I
the
would be,
difference?
very good question. So I would be more likely to say, didn't he tell you, if I was told in the orange? If I was told 5 minutes ago here, because it's an emergency meeting, I would be more likely to say, hasn't he told you? Because it happened for me not that long ago. So I'm leaving this room, this space open for maybe the boss is telling everyone, but there are a lot of people at the company and he simply hasn't been able to tell this person yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That one's a bit tricky. How about this one? It's never happened before. Where is the verb have?
The S.
Yeah, exactly. This can mean it is or it has. It has never happened before. Why did I not say it never happened before?
Because it happened
It never happened.
just 1 minute ago, 2 minutes ago, 1 hour ago.
That was before, but it never happened before. Never and before. So that's a possibility that it happened just a second ago.
Yeah. Before
That's a
now.
possibility. That's really tricky. That's a very subtle difference. So that's a possibility that it happened like right here instead of here. That's a possibility. That's a really difficult one to reference. That's good. But why might I say it has never happened before instead of it never happened before? That's one reason. It could be very, very recent.
Because you say never and it's like sounds weird.
It sounds weird to include never.
If you say it never happened.
Oh, okay. You could say it never happened. This is often when someone tells us something and it's clearly something they imagined or they dreamed.
Oh.
Yeah. And they, for some reason, this happens a lot with kids, right? Oh, I was riding on a pink elephant. That never happened. It was just imaginary.
Okay. So
So it has, Go ahead.
Like if you say before and you like you need the past or no?
That's a good question. You don't necessarily need has, but it gives a little bit different information. So if you, let's write it so we can see them both.
Okay.
It never happened before. This is a little bit awkward, but you can say it never happened before. It has never happened before because this is the time travel storytelling. It opens in our imagination the possibility that it might happen sometime in the future. Or that maybe we're in the middle of doing something right now and we're hoping that the result is going to be this certain thing, but we're not sure because we've never seen it happen before.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one in particular is more about that storytelling and the imaginative part of using this. This is more factual and this is more like storytelling. Okay. Yeah, these are good questions.
Okay.
Okay, now we have had. So had is in the past. It's the past tense of have. So now I have two halves. And this one makes a lot of people crazy. And we also laugh about it as native speakers. Sometimes we had that and we laugh because it sounds silly. Why would I use have twice? What's the difference between the two halves?
Like the first is
the first one is verb and is we have had.
They're
it means
both
that
verbs.
yeah.
This is a trick question. It's a tricky question. So it's okay if it's not like computing.
The first verb is like when you say, for example, I have done. So that's the first half. And then the second one is like done. But in this case, you need the same verb. So
exactly.
That's why it's weird.
Yes. It's very weird because
you should have two different verbs. But
you would think so, yes. But in this case, the first have is the experience.
Okay.
The second have in the past is the table. So in this hand, I have the experience. In the other hand, I have the table. And this is where this example, this illustration can come in handy. Pun intended. Because it helps you to think about differently. This is an experience. Here's the experience. And then if I change colors, this one is the table. We have had this table for generations. If I remove this, I'm going to make that a different color. Actually, let me just type it. Wow. This changes a very important but tiny point.
Yeah, because right now you don't have it anymore.
Yeah, we had, correct. Like we don't have it anymore. It's gone. I don't know what happened to it. It burned, it was stolen, we sold it. Okay. Exactly. So here, I still have the experience of having it. It's still mine or my family's. And here we don't have it anymore. Very good. So you could say this about a job, right? Let's say you work for a company for 10 years and then the company closes. You don't have your job anymore.
Mhm.
I
Let's say the
work.
company, yeah, you could say, I worked at this company for 10 years. Now, let's say the company closes next week. So technically, you still work there because the company closes here.
I have worked or I've been working. No.
Yes, you could
No.
say, I have worked or I have been working. Yes, either one. At this company for 10 years. What if you want to say that this has been your job? And job there is a noun.
I haven't, no. I've had this job.
Exactly. I have had or I've had is perfectly fine. I've had this job for 10 years. The company's closing next week. I need another job. I have had this job for 10 years. Very good. You could also say just
Oh,
I have held this job for 10 years. Have you heard this used before?
no.
To hold a
No,
job?
never.
It's, I guess you could picture it like it's a privilege. It's something I appreciate. So I've held it. I've kept it in
It's
my
like
hands.
to hold, like
Yes.
hold a door or something.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah, or hold a pen. Very
Yeah.
good. Now, for a phrasal verb, let's say this. What does this mean?
I have no idea.
So
Domenico, help.
Okay,
Me neither.
that's okay. This is a common one. We might say this about someone who is irresponsible or is very ill, has some sort of disease and can't continue to work, but tries. Okay, so we could say it for different reasons. He hasn't been able to. What does that mean? Let's just look at that part and then we'll look at the phrasal verb. He hasn't been able to.
Like he couldn't, he didn't
Yes.
have the capacity, like capacity.
Yes, you can say
Okay.
capacity in English. Yes. Or the ability. You can say capacity or ability. They're a little bit different, but in this context, I know what you're thinking in Spanish, and it means in
Yes.
this context. So, in this situation, we're talking about a period of time in the past, not just one time, but multiple experiences of the same sort over a period of time. He hasn't been able to, he couldn't, he wasn't able to, he didn't have the capacity in the past. Now, to hold down a job, to hold is like a pin. Which way is down?
Can you repeat the last thing
Yeah,
that you said?
of course. Which way is down?
Oh, okay.
Of up.
Ooh, hold
Free.
up
Free.
usually is
Like
different.
stop.
We'll get to hold up. Hold up can mean stop. It can also mean like to rob.
Oh,
If someone holds up a bank, they go into the bank. Please don't do this. They go into the bank and say, "Give me all your money." Yeah, this is hold up.
Ah, okay.
we are criminals
No, but
here.
yeah,
Yes. So 1, 2, 3, or 4. Which one is down?
3.
free.
3. Yeah, of course. So hold down. So if you hold something down, think about something in water, like a balloon or a sponge, something that normally stays on the top, and you hold it down. It doesn't go any other direction. Or if you have a younger sibling and you hold them down to tickle them or torture them or some other horrible thing, please don't do that either. Then you hold them down, you keep them where they can't move. So if he hasn't been able to hold down a job, he hasn't been able to keep a job.
Okay.
And again, that could be for a lot of different reasons. It could be health or it could just be laziness.
And can I say, for example, to keep a job with the same?
Yes, exactly the same. He hasn't been able to keep a
Okay.
job. Same meaning. Hold down just kind of gives us a different mental picture. And yeah, with the tone of voice, it can create a different subtext that you're communicating.
Okay.
Really good. He hasn't been able to hold down a job. Excellent. Okay, they have talked every day for a month. So now I'm giving you specific information, but it's consistent.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be the same if, for example, I say they have been talking? No.
Yes.
Oh.
But that one, what's the difference? That's really good. What's the difference with that one?
With this one, maybe they are still talking. No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, they have been talking. It is like 95% sure that they are still talking. This one, 50-50.
Okay. Like we don't know.
That's right. I'm not really giving you a lot of information if I say that. If I put this in the past tense and I say they had talked every day for a month, now I know what?
That they stopped.
Yes, they stopped talking because the experiences are in the past. They're over.
Okay.
They're not in my pocket anymore. Very good. Really good. So what's something that you might do at a job consistently?
I want to quit. No.
No, it's good. Let's go with it. Okay, so to want to quit
Every day.
every day. So
You love your job.
Yes.
Yeah, to love your job. Okay. Okay, so to love the job.
Two different personalities here.
Perfect. It's good. Now let's say you want to quit your job and this is an experience or a feeling. This is today. You have not quit your job yet, but you still want to. And you felt that way. This is the day you started. And maybe 2 weeks into it, you said, wow, why did I say yes? I want to quit. So for this period of time, what would you say?
I wanted to quit
Yes.
that job for a while or something.
Yes. Very good. Very good. Okay, so let's change it a little bit. And then we'll, oh, órale, mira. Okay,
Oh, that's
we
fun.
will, sorry. See, I knew what was going to happen. I can't control it. Okay. Now, actually, I'm going to be safe and just move this like that. Okay. Let's say you started here, you realized you hated the job here,
Okay.
and you quit here. And now you're looking for another job.
Say again. Come again.
And now that's okay. So the first one, you started the job. The second line, you realized you hated it. And that was the first time you wanted to quit. The third time, you did quit. And now the X is the present moment. You're looking for another job. And I say, wow, Maria, you quit your job? I can't believe that. I thought you loved it there. You can say the same sentence, but you're going to change one tiny thing.
Yep.
You have a thought? Go for it.
Yeah, Domenico, help.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to.
When did you want to quit? Do you want to quit in the present moment?
I already quit my job.
This is true. I already quit my job. But now we want to talk about the fact that this is why did you quit? Because you wanted to. But I want to explain that that feeling lasted for a long time. So we're just going to change one tiny thing. And once you see it, you will realize it's way more simple than it seems. So here's the question to ask. We have three basic tenses: past, present, future. So do you want to quit your job now?
Like I've been one
Being would.
thing. No.
I have been wanting means you have the experience. Have is present, right? So you have the feeling now. Do you have the feeling that you want to quit after you quit?
I always wanted to quit job for a while.
You could say that. You would not say for a while. You would just say, I always wanted to quit that job.
Okay.
But what are
Or
we?
just I want it.
You could say that I wanted to quit that job for a while. That would be correct. But what are we studying?
I had
Before.
wanted.
I had wanted.
Uh,
See, when you see it, it's easy. But until you see it, it's crazy. You can't figure it out. Okay. Let me make this bigger. This is normal. I had wanted to quit that job for a while. Now, why? Because you quit here. Now, unless we're talking about chocolate, usually once you've done the thing you wanted to do, you stop wanting to do it, at least for a little while.
Yeah.
Right? So you stopped wanting to do it here when you quit because you did it. So that immediate. Sorry, go ahead.
No, this structure, like I had wanted to quit, it's like when you want to say, I feel that I would say that if I wanted to say I had wanted to quit that job, but I don't want it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore
Yes.
or not.
And yes, exactly. And why don't you want to do it anymore? Because you did it already. You already quit. So you
Yeah.
don't need to want to quit anymore.
Yeah.
Very good. So we're not talking about a feeling that happened one time. I wanted to quit, so I did. We're talking about a feeling that lasted for a long time. I wanted to quit for a while. I was really unhappy. So for 2 years, every day, I wanted to quit. So to condense that idea into one sentence, I had wanted to quit. I put had or to have in the past, had, because I don't feel that way anymore because I don't work there. So I don't need to want to quit.
Okay.
Yeah, very good. That is a tricky one. The key is to think about two things. Where are you now? You're always here in reality. You're always in the present moment. A little metaphysical, but you're always in the present moment. When are you talking about? Here, you're talking about what you want now. Here, you're talking about what you wanted in the past. And I think part of what makes it confusing for people is that verb three often is the same as the past tense. And so that makes it a bit tricky. But we have to separate the verb three from the past tense because they're different. So now let's pretend we love our jobs. I actually do love my job, so that should be easy. So, Domenico,
Yeah.
what would you say? Using the perfect
Uh,
tense,
mhm.
you started working here. This is day, let's do this. This is day one.
Okay.
Okay. You started working here. And now this is where you are because you're always in the present moment.
Okay.
And
And
you're in a job
the verb is
interview.
quit or love.
Love.
Okay.
You're the one who loved his job. So
Yes.
you get to love your job. So
Okay.
you're in a job interview and
Okay.
your company is closing. Okay.
Okay.
And it's closing next week. And I
Okay.
ask you, are you unhappy with your current job? Why do you want to leave? So you're going to answer the first question first. Are you unhappy?
No, I have never been unhappy in this job.
In this, you could use in this job. Probably we would say at,
This job.
but you could use in. Okay, good. But you want to tell me you love it. You want to be more excited because the job at this company that you're interviewing with is the same as the company that's closing. Exact same job. You need me to know that you really, really, really love this job. So I want to hire you because you'll be amazing because you love the job. So what can you say? How can you change I've never been unhappy and make it into something positive? Because this is a job interview tip. As an interviewer, I hear never and unhappy, and I'm not going to remember the rest.
Okay. Um,
You're so close.
I need to change never. Yeah. Okay. Um, with the verb I have been uh, The point of the question is that I have to continue with this kind of job.
You want to. You love the job. So because I know you, I'm going to say
I
this. You're
have
making it more. Go ahead.
I
Go ahead.
have always loved this job.
Bravo. I have always loved this job. Bravissimo. Very, very good. Yes. See, I know you, so I know you're making it more complicated in your head, which is what I was going to
Yeah,
say.
sure. I love it.
So, yes, I'm very good at that also. So, if I ask you, oh, why do you want to leave this job? Are you unhappy at your current job? You would say,
I always loved this job.
yeah, but with more emotion. Be yourself. No, I've
Uh,
always loved this job. The reason I'm saying that
um,
is because this construction does two things. One, it tells me that there's a time span and the company hasn't closed yet. I know the context, but it tells me that it's not just one moment you loved the job. The job is not over. This actually tells me in a secret way, if you say it correctly, tells me something that you will never find in a textbook. If I hear you use this in an excited way, as the interviewer, I subconsciously recognize that you still see yourself working at that job for this tiny period before it ends. If you say, I always loved this job, in your mind, the job ended, even though the company is still open and you're still working.
yeah,
So this gives extra information. This is the storytelling part. Now, that's not in a textbook because it's not technically part of the syntax or the grammar, or it's not literally in the word. It's in the combination of the words you choose to use and the way that you say them. Because that's my instinct listening to you. If you say, oh, I loved that job, that is far away from you, right? This is close to you. I have always is continuous. I loved is finite. It's over. So those
yeah,
two things, along with your emotion, tell me you're really dedicated to your job. You love your job. And you will be there working, doing your best until the company is 100% closed.
yeah.
Okay.
What can I say? I still loving it.
Really close. You just have to add one extra thing. And when you see it on paper, you'll know.
I have still loving it.
What's this one?
No.
Continuous?
I still loved it.
Loved is in the past. You just have to add
Okay.
one little word. What do you have to have in order to make this continuous? We talked about this, but a long, long time ago. You have to have another verb, or it's not continuous. It's a verb pretending to be a noun.
Um,
If I take out still, it might make it easier to see. I loving it.
I'm loving it.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
Very good. I am
Okay.
still loving it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. You could say that.
Yeah.
And that would convey the same idea. Just that's more of a personality thing, but it conveys the same idea. This would be probably most common. This is maybe for some people, it depends, might be a little emotional for a job interview. It depends on the person.
Okay.
And that's a subtle cultural weird thing. Perfect. Very, very good. So we actually looked at several different ones, but we looked at the continuous and the past. We looked at all of them, really, just not in super detail. Okay, so for review, why is this symbol here? What does it mean?
The position, like the
You
second.
already had.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, it's like the position, like when you use the second verb and you said like had, like you had a table, then the first verb that you use is like the time or the experience.
Yes, exactly. So this one shows this is the experience that you have in what time? Past, present, or future?
Not present.
Yes, exactly. Very, very good. Okay, questions?
No.
No? Anything that felt like really confusing or unclear? Do you feel like you have a different or better understanding
Yes.
of this? Yeah.
I
Okay.
didn't know I had a problem until today.
That's a huge compliment for those watching. Maria is also a teacher, so that's and a very good one. So that's a huge compliment. Gracias un montón. Thank you very much in English. Okay. Domenico, what about you? Is it a little bit easier? Does it?
Yes, yes, but it's necessary to practice it in
Okay,
real life, I think.
this is a great point. Practice in real life. So how can you practice? This is an excellent point and a great way to end with it is how can you practice? The number one thing that I would recommend is to listen to something that's from native speakers, a movie, a podcast, an interview, whatever you enjoy, or read. Listening is better because listening is the most difficult. Reading is the most accessible, I think, for most people. It's where we learn first. A foreign language is to read. So listening would be best. Listen specifically for this verb tense and pay attention to how they use it. And ask yourself, why is this person using this tense here? Why didn't they use the past tense or the future tense or another one? And try to guess from the context. So this might mean listening to a small piece, 5 minutes of something, and picking one example of where they use the perfect tense, and then looking at the context and just thinking about that one example for a minute. And then go on. So 10 minutes a day practicing like that is worth 3 weeks of writing boring sentences like these. Because let's be honest, this is boring. Just to read these sentences, that is so boring for most people.
You know.
Yeah. So it's much more helpful and interesting. And also then you'll be getting the story, which is the whole point of this exercise in particular.
Because the difference between when you need to use the like I did something or I have, like, it's very subtle.
It
Maybe
is very
cultural
subtle.
sometimes because sentences, yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a different culture between North American and general British English in how they use the perfect tense. There are cultural differences there as well. Mm-hmm. So absolutely, there's a cultural influence. Yeah, very good. Perfect. Okay, last chance for questions, and then I'll stop the recording.
No.
Anything else? No? Okay, that's okay. I'll go ahead and stop it. Thank you both so, so much for doing this for me. Really, I appreciate it so much.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Okay,
Thank you.
one second. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Oh,
I'm saying thank you.
thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.